Welcome to 1 Hour Game, where I have 1 hour to play of game. Today's game is everything. Timer starts in 3, 2, 1. This game belongs to Pixel Pancake. Whoa. Okay. Some type of orb. Oh. Where do I come from? Over that dot. Where do I need to be here? What is this control? Okay, W moves this way. Nope. What happened before now? We were moving. I can't tell where I'm supposed to be. Oh. It's a deer. Oh dear. Oh. Well, that ain't a thing in nature. Let's go find out whatever this thing is. Huh. Where are you? Some rabbits. You are a deer, opened animal. Okay. Well, let's go figure out what that thing is, since I guess we need to go over there. Also, this rain is very loud to me. Is the rain a part of the music or something? Oh. We've been waiting for you, sir, such a long time. Notice my thoughts. The whatever shape that is icon. Look out for others with this. Okay, let's go look for clouds. Do 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 do. Look closely and you will find what you are after. Don't get discouraged, everything is here to help you. Some peacocks, some ducks. What is this? A monkey? It's a monkey. Hey, monkey. There's a tree thing in. There wasn't this much rain last spring. Someone owes me an explanation. So it's getting loud again. Yeah, that's probably good. The rain is still really loud. Oh, amigo, this is my herd of deer. Hello, deer herd. It's me, other deer. Oh, deer. There be my deer. Go over there. Now the rock wants to think. Let's listen to what this rock is thinking about. As long as you keep moving in any direction you choose, that will take you where you need to go. Okay, well, there's something. Yeah, that thing. I want to go figure out what thing is thinking over here. So another big rock. Got some wolves. Okay, Mr. Rock, tell me what I want to know. Everything sings, singing, something, buzzing, avoid one another, depend on between some things and separate others, so sing all day long. Do we get friend? Yeah, where's you? Press X near that icon. Okay. Now it sounds like we're just burping. Let's go back and get our herd of deer, I guess. Deer, listen to my song. Yeah. Well, we sure did sing it to him. Let's go look for more thoughts. And what you gonna say? This is the most certain and absolute element in my life. But to be honest, I'm mostly worried about other oaks gossiping about me. And then worrying that they never even think of me. It won't be thought of, but also not thought of. Okay? Thought of, not talked about. What you gonna say? Goodbye, monkey. Yeah, that seems farther than just this. What you gonna say? Nice to know ye. Oh, Mr. Rock. Hey, how far back do you think deers go? You might not always feel it, but you took trillions of generations of deer getting mixed up and all the way back to forever. It's incredible you made it through and finally arrived here. The other deers around here are reflections of you from back then, each with their own dreams and their own lives to live. As you meet other deers, you will sometimes feel inseparable from them. And find where you really start and end is up to you. Okay. Well, I'm coming back, dear people. I need to join them. Doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop. What are you, a horse? You're a horse. We've amassed the horde of deer. We now roam everywhere as a group. What do you guys say? I can never really tell how well I'm doing at this. Sometimes it feels like I'm on the right track. Other times I just feel swept around the place. I might never really know. Onwards. There's a deer. What are you two doing? You gotta get out from behind the rocks. Well, I'm not seeing any multiple deer. See a bear. Bear. Okay, Big Rock, what you got? There you are. Over time, you might find there's no right or wrong path to take here. As an explorer, you might feel the parts of you need to go down their own direction, because you can't control everything at once. At least not. Try letting go of a few things. I am just deer again. Oh my gosh, now we're really going. What do you guys say? Another day arrived. I'm not sure how much I have left. Do, 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 do. Hey, up there. Tell me. I don't know if I can tell you this, but Douglas firs don't even call each other Douglas firs. We call each other Music Note, but since you probably can't pronounce Music Note, it's okay to call us Douglas firs. What do you guys say? Dog. We're getting back as a team, fellas. Because I'm pretty sure we just looped around. We're coming to grab every single one that we can. We're amassing the hordes. We're back at the yellow thingy. I've not gotten your thoughts on the world. Tell me. Some things will help you on your journey. Other things are just thinking about themselves and the situations they're in. You can trust all of them or none of them. It's up to you. Well, we made it back to the A Rock. So no. Running away from the rocks, they're like gonna split us up or something. You. I saw it. It was the symbol thing. Hey, what do you make of all the small things around here? All the plants and little creatures, are they here for you? Or are you here for them? It's hard to imagine that everything could be here for each other, because you can only see things from a deer's perspective. Just as I can only see from an elm's perspective. But if you want to, you can always see things from a little thing's point of view. Try it. So get close to something. I'm now a wolf. What is this? Wow. You know what? Let's be a stick. Can I descend to that? What is that? Water droplet? Chestnuts, roll out. We gotta learn to get bigger. Teach us grass. Like you've seen from a little thing's point of view. Now you might be wondering what it's like to see from other things way around. To see things from a bigger thing's point of view. Out of all the points of view you find, which one is the right for you? Now I can get big. Let's become whatever that thing is. Now what, am I like a... What do you guys say? For rough grass, I am pretty resilient to the sun. I can hardly feel it. I wouldn't want to be a needle though. What is this? Like a piece of wheat? Yeah. I want to ascend. I want to be a tree. We're gonna take all the trees. All the trees be with me's. I am the landmass now. What am I? The Sandy. Let's go even higher. I'm Earth. Let's be the sun. Burn alive, you puny Earth. Time to go even higher. We're now the Milky Way. Even further. Now we're back to where we were at the beginning. Let's be whatever this shard of glass is. What is this? There is a thing. What does this thing gotta say? Binary for something. Gotta find out what this little thing wants. What there is.
I find it a little difficult to say what the subject matter of this seminar is going to be, because it's too fundamental to give it a title. I'm going to talk about what there is. Now, the first thing, though, that we have to do is to get our perspectives with some background about the basic ideas which influence our everyday common sense, our fundamental notions about what life is about. Ideas of the world which are built into the very nature of the language we use, and of our ideas of logic and of what makes sense altogether. And these basic ideas I call myth, not using the word myth to mean simply something untrue, but to use the word myth in a more powerful sense. A myth is an image in terms of which we try to make sense of the world.
Mirror. What must you say? Repetitive. Same. What is on this planet? Tree. Pom pine. This. Palm lily. Octopi. The beaver. Merit. What is this? What is even farther below? I'm a snail. What do you gotta say? A world that people...
You, as a human being, you grow out of this physical universe in just exactly the same way that an apple grows off an apple tree. So let's say the tree which grows apples is a tree which apples, using apple as a verb. And a world in which human beings arrive is a world that peoples. And so the existence of people is symptomatic of the kind of universe we live in. Just as hair on a head is symptomatic of what's going on in the organism. But we have been brought up not to feel that we belong in the world. So our popular speech reflects it. We say, I came into this world. You didn't, you came out of it. We say, face facts. We talk about encounters with reality, as if it was a head-on meeting of completely alien agencies, and the average person has the sensation that he is a somewhat that exists inside a bag of skin, the center of consciousness, which looks out at this thing and what the hell's it going to do to me? I recognize you. You kind of look like me, and I've seen myself in a mirror, and you look like you might be people. So maybe you're intelligent, maybe you can love too. And perhaps you're all right. Some of you are anyway. You've got the right color of skin, or you have the right religion, or whatever it is, you're okay. But there are all those people over in Asia, Africa, and they may not really be people. When you want to destroy someone, you always define them as unpeople.
I'm a frog. I'm a different type of leaf. What is this rock gonna tell us? I think I fear being forgotten more than death. At least it gives me something to worry about throughout my life. Dandelion. What type of leaf is this? Oak leaf. I am now a rock. Oh, now I'm really small. Life mostly involves going out and entangling yourself with others. I want to show you another way of getting mixed up. Very beautiful thing you can do, and that's dancing. To dance is to move in a pattern and not towards anything in particular. To make yourself the destination and to enjoy never quite arriving. Dancing always takes two, but the more the merrier. Everything dances a little differently, so try doing it with different things. Hmm. I'm a grain of sand. There you. Another idea.
We have this hostility to the external world because of the superstition, the myth, the absolutely unfounded theory that you yourself exist only inside your skin. Now, I want to propose another idea altogether. Billions of years ago, you were a Big Bang. Now you're a complicated human being. But so we define ourselves as being only that. If you think that you are only inside your skin, you define yourself as one very complicated little curlicue, way out on the edge of that explosion, way out in space and way out in time. And then we cut ourselves off and don't feel that we're still the Big Bang. But you are. Depends how you define yourself. You are actually, if this is the way things started, if there was a Big Bang in the beginning, you're not something that is a result of the Big Bang. You're not something that is a sort of puppet on the end of the process. You are still the process. You are the Big Bang, the original force of the universe coming on as whoever you are. See, when I meet you, I see not just what you define yourself as, Mr. So-and-so, Miss So-and-so, Mrs. So-and-so. I see every one of you as the primordial energy of the universe coming on at me in this particular way. I know I'm that too. But we've learned to define ourselves as separate from it.
Lobster. What does the fishy fish have to tell us?
what I would call a kind of a basic problem we've got to go through first is to understand that there are no such things as things. That is to say, separate things. That is only a way of talking. If you can understand this, you're going to have no further problems. I once asked a group of high school children, what do you mean by a thing? And first of all, they gave me all sorts of synonyms. They said it's an object, which is simply another word for a thing. It doesn't tell you anything about what you mean by a thing. Finally, a very smart girl who was in the group said a thing is a noun. And she was quite right. A noun isn't a part of nature, it's a part of speech. There are no nouns in the physical world. There are no separate things in the physical world either. See, the physical world is wiggly. The clouds, mountains, trees, people are all wiggly. And only when human beings get working at things, they build buildings in straight lines and try and make out that the world isn't really wiggly. But here are we sitting in this room all built on straight lines, but each one of us is as wiggly as all get out.
I know other things are different, but I treat them like other drift ices. I can't help it. I only know words for 3 colors, but my favorites are green, snow, and dirt. What must you say? Getting hold of the wiggly world.
Now then, when you want to get control of something that wiggles, it's pretty difficult, isn't it? You try and pick up a fish in your hands, and the fish is wiggly and it slips out. What do you do to get hold of the fish? You use a net. And so the net is the basic thing we have for getting hold of the wiggly world. A net is something regular. And I can number the holes in a net. So many holes up, so many holes across. And if I can number these holes, I can count exactly where each wiggle is in terms of a hole in that net. But in order to do that, I've got to break up the wiggle into bits. And I've got to call this a specific bit, and this the next bit of the wiggle, and this the next bit, and this the next bit of the wiggle. And so these bits are things which I mark out in order to talk about the wiggle, in order to measure it, and therefore in order to control it. But in nature, in fact, in the physical world, the wiggle isn't bitted. So the world doesn't come thing. You and I are all as much continuous with the physical universe as a wave is continuous with the ocean. The ocean waves, and the universe peaks. And as the wave, I wave at you and say, you. The world is waving at me with you and saying, hi, I'm here. But the way we feel and sense our existence, being based on a myth that we are made, that we are parts, that we are things, our consciousness has been influenced so that each one of us does not feel that. We feel we have been hypnotized, literally hypnotized, by social convention into feeling and sensing that we exist only inside our skins, that we are not the original bang, but just something out on the end of it. And therefore we are scared stiff. Because my wave is going to disappear, and I'm going to die, and that would be awful.
Hey, maybe I need to be alone right now, okay? It's the shape. It's back. Thoughts are the friction between things and other things. Thoughts would never exist if everything thought it was the same thing. As you go around, listen to things, and their thoughts will make impressions on your mind. When you go out and experience life, you will have your own thoughts, and they will reflect the things you've listened to and absorbed. Give things thinking a go. Just try not to take it too seriously. I ate too much snow, and now I have splitting headache. What is on the alien planet? I am an orb. layered rock. Grissflube. Ah, you must be here to set an example for me on how not to live. Thanks.
You are a fluke. You are a separate event. And you run from the maternity ward to the crematorium, and that's it, baby. Now, why does anybody think that way? There's no reason to, because it isn't even scientific. It's just a myth. And it's invented by people who wanted to feel a certain way. They want to play a certain game. Camus said there is only really one serious philosophical question, which is whether or not to commit suicide. Should you or not commit suicide? This is a good question. Why go on? And you only go on if the game is worth the candle. Now, the universe has been going on for an incredible long time. And so really, a satisfactory theory of the universe has to be one that's worth betting on. That's it seems to me, absolutely elementary common sense. If you make a theory of the universe which isn't worth betting on, why bother? Just commit suicide. But if you want to go on playing the game, you've got to have an optimal theory for playing the game.
Rocks. Lope. All this shall come to pass except for me. I'll keep going forever. And if I choose to die, the world will die with me. Days here are long and never ending. I'm convinced the sky is not moving at all. What must he say? Symptomatic of the scheme of things.
If there is any such thing at all as intelligence and love and beauty, well, you found it in other people. In other words, it exists in us as human beings. And as I said, if it is there in us, it is symptomatic of the scheme of things. We are as symptomatic of the scheme of things as the apples are symptomatic of the apple tree or the rose of the rose bush. The earth is not a big rock infested with living organisms, any more than your skeleton is bones infested with cells. The earth is geological, yes, but this geological entity grows people. And our existence on the earth is a symptom of the solar system and its balances, as much as the solar system in turn is a symptom of our galaxy. And our galaxy in its turn is a symptom of the whole company of galaxies. Goodness only knows what that's in.
Long before white rocks were around, far back through time, all stones were all the same thing. It's something that spreads into every stone everywhere. A something all stones still share here and now. You may find you aren't just white rock, but every stone in existence, an expression of this great pattern known as stones. Everything secretly knows this, and you know it too. What a phony vacation this whole thing is. I barely arrived here and now I need to pack my bags and head back to Rock Heaven. Hope you fare better than me. What kind of name is that supposed to be? Allow me to sing for you the song of my people. How did I do it? pronghorn. You can go ahead and curse the sun and moon all you want. One system of behavior.
When, as a scientist, you describe the behavior of a living organism, you try to say what a person does. It's the only way in which you can describe what a person is. Describe what they do. Then you find out that in making this description, you cannot confine yourself to what happens inside the skin. In other words, you can't talk about a person walking unless you start describing the floor. Because when I walk, I don't just dangle my legs in empty space. I move in relationship to a room. And so in order to describe what I'm doing when I'm walking, I have to describe the room. I have to describe the territory. So in describing my talking at the moment, I can't describe this just as a thing in itself because I'm talking to you. And so what I'm doing at the moment is not completely described unless your being here is described also. So if that is necessary, if in other words, in order to describe my behavior, I have to describe your behavior and the behavior of the environment, it means that we've really got one system of behavior. That what I am involves what you are. I don't know who I am unless I know who you are. And you don't know who you are unless you know who I am. In other words, we're not separate. We define each other. We're all backs and fronts to each other. We and our environment, and all of us and each other are interdependent systems. We know who we are in terms of other people. We all lock together. Now this is, again and again, the serious scientific description of how things happen. And any good scientist knows that what you call the external world is as much you as your own body.
Well, that is it for our 1 hour of game. Hope that you enjoyed, and goodbye.